The distress beacon had been broadcasting for 17 standard cycles when Captain Maria Santos finally received it aboard the merchant vessel Esperanza. The signal originated from Kepler 442b, a world the Galactic Trade Consortium had blacklisted after the Zephyrian Empire's brutal conquest 3 years prior. "Another ghost transmission," muttered her first officer Chen Wei, studying the decoded message. The Zephyrians stripped that system clean. Nothing left but radiation and corpses. Maria stared at the holographic display showing the signal's desperate repetition. Children dying. "Crops failed, please, anyone, help us. Prep the caravan," she said quietly. Chen's eyes widened. "Captain, we're talking about 15 other ships, 2,000 crew members, and our entire food shipment, meant for the core worlds. The consortium can kiss my exhaust trail." Maria's voice carried the steel that had earned her command of humanity's largest relief fleet. "Send word to the other captains. We're changing course." Within hours, 16 human vessels altered their trajectory toward Kepler 442b. The Esperanza led a convoy that included grain haulers, medical frigates, and 3 armed escorts, ships crewed by humans who had earned a reputation across the galaxy for 2 things: incredible stubbornness and inexplicable compassion. The journey took 6 days. When they emerged from hyperspace, the sight that greeted them defied imagination. Kepler 442b, once a thriving agricultural world of 60 million Altarians, lay scarred and broken. Zephyrian orbital bombardment had cracked continents and poisoned rivers. Yet somehow, impossibly, life persisted. Small settlements dotted the radiation-scorched landscape, connected by desperate refugee trails. The humans counted perhaps 2 million survivors, skeletal figures moving between makeshift shelters, tending to dying children with the hollow-eyed determination of the truly desperate. "My God," whispered Dr. Sarah Kim, the fleet's chief medical officer, as orbital scans revealed the full scope of the catastrophe. "How are they even alive?" Commander Yuki Tanaka, leading the escort squadron, provided the answer when her ships detected movement in the asteroid belt. "We've got company, Captain. Zephyrian patrol fleet, 3 destroyers and a battle cruiser. They're actually enforcing a quarantine. They're keeping supply ships away." The Zephyrians hailed them immediately. Admiral Kethvar's reptilian features filled the view screen, his scarred face twisted in contempt. "Human vessel, you will withdraw immediately. This world is under Imperial jurisdiction." Maria stepped forward, her weathered face calm. "Admiral, we're here on a humanitarian mission. We have food, medicine, and medical personnel. These people are dying. These creatures defied the Empire. Their suffering is justice." Kithvar's clawed hand gestured dismissively. "Withdraw or be destroyed." "No." The simple word hung in space between them. Kethavar's head tilted, as if he couldn't comprehend what he'd heard. "No?" The Admiral's voice carried genuine confusion. "Human, you're outgunned 4-1. Your merchant vessels cannot stand against Imperial warships." Maria smiled, an expression that made veteran smugglers nervous and pirates reconsider their career choices. "You're absolutely right, Admiral. We can't fight your fleet." She paused, letting the words sink in. "But we don't have to." The human convoy spread out, merchant vessels moving in seemingly random patterns while the 3 escorts took defensive positions. To Zephyrian sensors, it looked like chaos, exactly what the humans intended. "What is this supposed to accomplish?" Kethvar demanded. "Your formation is tactically worthless." "Admiral," Maria said, her voice carrying across all frequencies, "I'm sending you something. Our cargo manifest. The data package transmitted to both the Zephyrian fleet and every surviving settlement below. The Altarians, monitoring communications from their shelters, read the manifest in stunned silence. 50,000 tons of high-protein grain. Medical supplies for 1 million people. Water purification systems, radiation treatments, construction materials, and weapons, lots of weapons. We're not here to fight you," Maria continued, her words reaching every ear in the system. "We're here to feed the hungry, heal the sick, and protect the innocent. But Admiral," her voice hardened, "if you try to stop us from saving these people, we will make this the most expensive victory in Imperial history." Commander Tanaka's escorts powered up their weapons, human plasma cannons and missile systems that had earned respect across known space. But more importantly, Every merchant vessel began broadcasting a different signal, the emergency codes of human colonies throughout this sector. "Captain," Chen reported, barely containing his amazement, "we're receiving responses. The Mars Colonial Fleet is 12 hours out. New Geneva Defense Force 8 hours and—" He paused, checking his instruments twice. "Captain, that's the UES Defiance. Admiral Rodriguez is bringing the entire Third Fleet." Maria had gambled everything on a simple truth. Humans had a reputation for two things in addition to stubbornness and compassion. They kept their word, and they never forgot their friends. The Altarians had helped human refugees during the border wars 50 years ago, providing sanctuary when the entire galaxy had turned its back on the scattered remnants of Earth's first colonial wave. It had been a small kindness, barely worth recording in history books. Humans remembered. Kethvar stared at his tactical display as human ships began dropping out of hyperspace throughout the system. Within 6 hours, he faced not 16 merchant vessels, but a fleet of over 200 human warships representing a dozen different colonies and trade unions. The Admiral had two choices: escalate to a war that would bring the entire human sphere into conflict with the Zephyrian Empire, or withdraw and face political consequences at home. He chose survival. As the Imperial fleet retreated, human shuttles began landing on Kepler 4142b's scarred surface. Medical teams established field hospitals, while engineers set up water purification plants. Marine guards took positions around refugee camps, not to control the population but to protect it. The first Altarian child to receive a full meal in 3 years was 8-year-old Vectal. As he bit into a human protein bar, tears streaming down his gaunt face, he looked up at Marine Sergeant Johnson with eyes full of wonder. "Why?" he asked in broken galactic standard. "Why help us?" Johnson knelt beside the boy, thinking of his own daughter back on New Houston. "Because that's what people do for each other, kid. That's what makes us family." Within a month, Kepler 442b was rebuilding. Human agricultural specialists worked alongside Altarian farmers to develop radiation-resistant crops. Medical teams trained local doctors in advanced treatment techniques. Engineers helped design new cities that could withstand orbital bombardment. The Galactic Trade Consortium lodged formal complaints about unauthorized aid deliveries. The Zephyrian Empire filed diplomatic protests about human interference in internal affairs. Maria Santos received both documents while standing in the first new school built on Kepler 442b, watching human and Altarian children play together in the courtyard. She deleted both messages without reading them. After all, she had more important things to do. Her ship's cargo holds were full again, this time with medical equipment and teachers heading for the Rigel colonies, where another distress signal had been detected. The galaxy was full of hungry people, and humans had a reputation to maintain.